Hi, I'm Dr. Robin Simmons, the Executive Director of Raising Our Kids Incorporated. Now, I'm doing this video during a time that we had a tragic situation in Georgia with a 25-year-old young man lost his life after jogging on a Sunday. He was an African-American male. He was gunned down by two white individuals that thought he was a robbery suspect. It was videotaped, and 10 weeks after the tragedy happens, because the videotape was leaked by a radio personality, because of the public's outcry, the two men were arrested and now pending trial. I thought about that in a way heavy on my heart because I made previous videos during this pandemic of how we can be the best at-home educators for our kids that we can, equipping them with what they need during this pandemic, trying to get them staying on the right path for their education, because our overarching goals is for them to become independent, financially self-sustaining, and positive contributors to society. You know, after they graduate, we have this great feeling of accomplishment. We're so proud of our kids. We want them to go in the world and just become these great, positive contributors to society. And then you hear something so tragic like this with Ahmaud Arbery. My condolences go to the family. My deepest condolences, because it is not your dream or hope to ever bury your child. And I'm sure it's just extremely painful. And so while the public is outpouring its cry for justice for Ahmaud, justice, we can put it on social media, we can talk about it, we can express our feelings about it, but let's think about being part of a solution. Being part of a solution, so not just Ahmaud, but for your child, my child, your neighbor's kids. How can we grow stronger through this tragedy? You know, justice meaning that his life wasn't died in vain, and it can be a long-lasting legacy. So let's think about how can we bring justice for Ahmaud and for others. So I'm a part of this organization called Alliance of Black School Educators. And our mission is to provide or look at the equity of education for all. And when you talk about equity, you talking about kids that you give them the equipment that they need to be on the same playing field. And we know that kids of color sometimes are not given the same equipment to be on a playing field. So we want our kids to be those three goals, and when we think that they're on the right track of making it, we see that society sometimes don't look at the African American community so much as equal, and they portray them as being subpar or criminals, and sometimes they just don't get a fair shake. So an organization like the Alliance of Black School Educators, we only as good as the people that join and is active. And that's why I'm pleading that whatever your profession is, if there is some type of organization, I want you to look into it, look into the mission of it, and join it. Join it to be a part of it, to be active in it. Every profession has some type of organization. You don't have to be African American to even join an African American organization, we need people that have the heart of fairness and justice. That's all we want. That's all we want for our kids. We just want them to get a fair chance in everything. Like, I was on a Zoom call with some people, and I was the only African American person on the Zoom call. And pretty much my fears for my child is different from theirs. And they, in a million years, would not have thought that African American males are so scared to wear masks to protect themselves from this coronavirus, but they're afraid to wear masks because they might be portrayed as robbing someone. And how quick the police or citizens respond to that, they may lose their life. So they take the chance of losing their life or catching this coronavirus and not wearing a mask than losing their life or putting their life in jeopardy that way. Some people just didn't understand that. They were so, wow, I never thought about that. I do. We do. So therefore, are you going to be a part of the solution, or are you just going to talk about it? So being part of the solution is, first, finding an organization that fits your mission, your passion. Join the organization and do your part in the organization. If it's asking you to write a letter, to make a phone call, whatever your part is, people in the organization need the people in it to work it. Also, I want to plead and talk to the organizations. We all need to get together. It doesn't matter what your mission is, if your mission is very similar or opposite. If it's for the African American community and it's for a cause to build the African American community, all organizations need to get together. Find some type of partnership, bond, friendship, whatever, kinship. So therefore, we are so much effective and better together than if we are working on our own little islands. You know, I always said, and I sometimes speak ahead of my time, but I always said, if we did this back in the Rodney King days, just work with me here. We know the story about the Rodney King in California. He was severely beaten by white police officers, and all of them were acquitted. And it was on camera, and it was just an unjustifiable beating, unjustifiable. So the outrage and the outcry of the African American community from that, say all professional organizations got together and say, okay, we all have scholarship funds. So we're going to look at this young Robin. This young Robin, smart, bright. She wants to go to college. She can apply and receive this scholarship, but this scholarship is only going to take her so far. So if all of us get together and with that scholarship, because she qualifies, with all of our little, builds up to be a lot, then Robin can make it. Robin can make it through all 4 years, first year, whatever. Also, whatever organizations that can mentor Robin. The alumni organization of the college that Robin wants to attend. We're going to get with that organization. They're going to mentor her to keep her mentally prepared and ready to finish college. So therefore, she comes back to the community and build it up. If we did that back then, maybe we'll have more people in law enforcement that looks like us in our communities. Or maybe we can make certain challenges and demands because of the positions that we're in. The amount of percentage of minorities that live in certain cities, we're looking at having such representations in the law enforcement, in the court system, wherever. We just can't sit back anymore. We cry together. We get upset together. We need to fight together. Thank you so much. Join the organization.